congratulations on the show. We've been hearing just how well the cast all got on together and how much fun you had. Does that carry on to screen where you feel a certain freedom to be darkly toxic with each other?
Yeah, absolutely. It really helps. When you get to know each other a little bit, you have a little bit more of a license, you know?
And it gives you, I guess it gives you a certain amount of trust as well.
Totally, yeah, absolutely.
And how was it working? Because there is such a large ensemble cast and all the pieces have to work together so well, which they do. Do you feel that that's a pressure, or did Susanne set the scene in such a way that actually it became quite a pleasure?
Yo, it was a total pleasure. It was a pleasure all the time. And Susanne, honestly, she's just one of the most extraordinary directors I've ever worked with. And her way of working, the trust that she puts into her actors, but at the same time, the requirement to be 100% switched on and on the top of your game all the time, it brings the best out of you. It gives you confidence that she trusts you in that way, and it makes you want to work hard because you know what's expected. And that's a really pleasurable way to work. I love Susanne. I would work with her again on anything at any time.
And what do you think the enduring appeal of a good old murder mystery is? Because there's been quite a few over the years, and they always seem to keep coming back. And great casts and great stories never seem to grow old, do they?
I think people like to watch something that's a bit sordid. And this is sordid, you know? That's what it is.
And we were just hearing that there might be a blooper reel around, or some of the things that didn't
really?
Quite make the cut. Do you think
I haven't
that
heard that.
Well,
I hope to see that.
Yeah, so is there anything in particular that you think might make it in?
I'm not sure. I can't even remember. The whole thing is a bit of a fever dream. It was like Twin Peaks for me, so we'll see. Hope there's nothing embarrassing in there.
Oh, congratulations on the show again, and thank you so much for speaking to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!